All right. First things first. You know, we got beat by a good football team tonight. You know, if I would have scripted it, I probably wouldn't have scripted it this way. You know, they're gonna find ways to win. You know, and tonight their way to win was, you know, turnover. They're a smarter football team than we are. You know, we had 4 turnovers, they had none. We had twice as many penalties. You know, and then the special teams was completely one-sided. So those 3 things pretty much got them the victory. Take some questions.
Coach come out healthy?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we should get Bowie back next week, which will give us some more depth at running back. Edgar could have went back in the game, you know, so I'm not sure if he's going to be sore tomorrow or not, but he could have went back in. I don't think he did. Other than that, I think we did, yeah.
Dan, I think you had 500 yards total offense. I didn't see the final stats. 20 points on the board. Would you expect more if you had the field position hadn't been so much against you?
Well, that comes down to 2 things. It comes down to turnovers, which, you know, once we turned the ball over a couple times, it got them, you know, to where they were flipping the field, and we had a hard time flipping the field. You know, turnovers, and then just being a lot better than we are at special teams. You know, which if you factor those 2 things into it, field position is going to be a struggle.
Kickoff return, can you talk about what happened there?
Yeah, we just didn't block anybody. It's plain and simple. We give. What do you mean?
The one they ran back.
Oh, them?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't tackle anybody.
Okay, same thing.
It's usually typically one or the other. You know, we knew their 2 return guys were good. I mean, those guys can really run fast. You know, and you know, shoot, they take pride in special teams, which like to think that we've made that an emphasis, and we've met a bunch about it, and talked about a bunch about it, and you know, the things that we talked about and preach, we didn't get done with, you know, which are being good and solid on special teams and playing smart, which when you have, you know, 10 penalties to their 5 and 4 turnovers to their 0, that pretty much says that they're a smarter football team than we are.
Did you feel you had momentum at that point prior to that kickoff?
There was a couple of times I thought we had momentum. You know, we did some good things offensively and defensively. You know, but if you can't beat a good team, you know, by doing that. I mean, you can talk about 500 yards if you want to. The only thing I'm going to talk about tomorrow is 4 turnovers. You know, and you know there were some times defensively we gave up some 3rd downs, but other than that, I thought we played pretty good. But again, it goes back. This is third game. 3 out of 4 games we've got 0 turnovers. You know, so you know it's a 2-sided thing.
Can you talk a little bit about Jarrett Lee, quarterback, and Gino's performance?
Yeah, 2 pretty good quarterbacks. You know, Gino made some plays. The one thing about Jarrett, which I said this Monday or Tuesday, he's not making any mistakes. You know, and I don't care what was said about him a couple years ago. That doesn't mean anything to me. You know, what I watched on tape for 3 games leading into this was a guy that was putting the ball where they wanted him to put it and not making any mistakes. You know, which is exactly what he did tonight. You know, and again, it's not always about what your numbers are or any of that. It's about, you know, running the offense and not turning the ball over.
Do you feel like it would be as tough to run the ball as it was against Kevin?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. We averaged 5 yards a rush. You know, it's probably more than I thought we were going to get. You know, it just got to a point where we kind of got behind a little bit and felt like we had, you know, had some. I thought the pass protection was fantastic. You know, and Gino had time. You know, and we had some guys that were getting open, made some plays. Not as many as we'd like, but yeah, the offensive game plan was not a problem. What we called was not a problem. Turning the ball over 4 times is a problem. They have something to do with that too. I mean, they're a pretty good defense. We're all aware of that.
Yeah. On a personal level, you know when you name the head coach, you're going to lose a game eventually. It came. Is it like you thought the feeling would be? Or
yeah, not very happy. But you know, hats off to Coach Miles. It's again, like I said Tuesday, a very established program at a very good place. They're number 2 in the country. They have very good athletes. They've won a lot of games, and they outplayed us, not coached us.
The end of the pass at the end of the first half on the 3rd and long, is that a safe enough pass and the guy just made a good play there?
I don't know how you can call anything else other than either hand the ball up the middle throw a screen on the edge. And we were aware of 7, Tyron Matthew, I think is how you pronounce that. He's a great football player. And you know, I felt like he was the best player on the field the first 3 games they played, and I felt like he was the best player on the field tonight. And we knew he was going to do that, and that's on Gino. If he thinks he can get it over him, then he can get it over him. If he was aware that the kid was pretty good, and when he blitzed, he was going to come straight upfield, and that's something that Gino just needs to do a better job of.
Did Dustin Garrison show you anything tonight? Might
Played
lead to an
well.
increased role.
Played well. Thought he played well. Made some plays. Hung on to the ball.
You got to look at any options at punter?
Probably. You know, I mean, you know, hitting a 60-yarder and then hitting a 10-yarder is not going to get it cut. It's not going to get it done.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you.